Alright guys, it's David, Express Auto again. Today we're working on something a little different. We've got a 10R80 on the bench today. This is out of a 2019 Mustang GT. No real complaints as far as transmission operation. This is something that we've actually been into before. The converter was doing some weird stuff. We've got some damage on the stator itself right here at the front. So we're going to open this thing up and take a look inside and make sure that everything is hunky-dory and doing what it's supposed to do. So we're gonna take this thing apart and see what we've got. Don't forget, as always, like, share, subscribe, turn on the notifications thingies, whatever that thing does. We're gonna take this thing apart. Get out there, you turd. I've been seeing a few different late model transmissions in here lately, 10R80s being one of them. Not something we're seeing a lot of, but we're seeing them. Guys are starting to put big power to these things, and they'll take quite a bit of abuse, but they need some upgrades to make them really live. So we're gonna see what we've got to work with here.
You said this one's a 10-speed automatic?
Yep. Yep, this is a 10R80. Kind of a goofy unit. This car, I believe, has around 20,000 miles on it. May have spent a few days in Mexico doing street type of adventures. I believe the owner calls it a store-bought street car. Not for sure, but I think that's what he calls it.
Nothing in the paint?
Yeah, we get a little aluminum shine to it. Nothing too crazy yet. Get this filter unbolted. We'll lay that guy out of our way for now. Now comes the fun part. Taking this thing apart. I knew we would find all the bolts eventually.
They're right there.
They're right there. These are all 8mm headed bolts. They're of different lengths and different varieties, but they all have the same head size on them. Get that guy out of our way. Now we're getting in here to the fun stuff.
That is definitely different.
Yeah, these things are a little goofy, but that's okay. We don't mind. Goofy's kind of a good thing here. All right. Now we have the adventure of removing the pump. I believe this one to have a pin in it. I think we're going to have to take the front cover off and see if we can't see down inside of it a little bit.
What is this?
That is the pump.
Oh.
10R80s have a vane style pump similar to the 6-speed and 8-speed counterparts that they are normally accompanied to. And they like to use a vane, so. All right. Now we're cooking with peanut butter. Let's take this thing apart. Get that guy out of our way. I can never remember what size that bolt is, but I know it's a little bitty guy. It's a 7. Out of our way. Now this part here can be a little bit tricky. Not this part. This part's pretty easy. Hard part can be getting this piece of plastic right here as a seal, and behind it is our pump cover. That guy can sometimes get a little stuck and takes a little persuasion to get it out, but we got her now, by golly. We're going to remove our pump gears here. That one doesn't want to come out very easily. Go ahead and remove our pump the rest of the way. Set it to the side. They definitely put enough bolts in there. I don't think they wanted these things to come apart.
I wonder why.
Well, I think they're still new enough that they didn't think people would be out there messing with them, but we're gonna mess with them. I do not see a slide hammer spot. We're gonna wiggle up on this guy very gently. See if we can get it to pop past the O-ring. There she goes. All right. Got our stator support set to the side here. Now for the fun stuff.
Wow.
Like I said, the fun stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We don't need any of that stuff down there. We're more worried about this over here. Our GPZ Raybestos kit looks to be holding intact very nicely. Now the fun part, remembering how to take this thing apart. I haven't taken one of these things apart in a few days. We're gonna have to stand here and stare at this thing for a minute. Get our bearing off the bottom. Pop this top snap ring out. Drop the main drum section out. Set our spaceship to the side. And we can start looking inside of this thing.
Well, that is cool.
Yeah. Gets a little interesting going down through this guy. Not exactly set up like a normal transmission, but that's okay. Now we're down to one drum. Find my screwdriver again. Getting down to the nitty gritty now.
And what clutches are these ones for?
I'd have to get the book out. I honestly don't even remember. I'd have to get the book out on this guy. Been a minute since I've actually looked through and identified each clutch pack. Mainly because it's only the second one I've ever seen.
True.
Clutches all appear to be in really good shape, in all honesty. Yeah, I don't see anything really out of place.
Do you know why or what the problem was when they brought it in?
Yeah, the customer complaint was a shutter issue. We noticed on the original diagnosis the amount of aluminum in the pan, so that's when we opted to remove the transmission, and we found the damage to the face of the converter there. And now we're seeing some metal flakes inside of here. Gonna have to dig a little deeper and see if we can't find the source of some metal flakes. I'm going to suspect, though, that the metal flakes that we're seeing are out of the stator on the face of the converter. It has been way too long since I've done one of these. Don't even remember all the tricks. I guess since they're only a few years old, it'd be hard to remember it all. Get that snap ring out. Dig out our blocker ring. And then this snap ring can come off. Grab a set of snap ring pliers. It's interesting to see how these things are designed. They look very similar to the 6070 snap ring configuration. The way that they use a really concave snap ring and then a outer blocking ring. See how the ends of the snap ring overlap? Almost in a spiral. See, if you try to actually put them out together, they don't line up. So you're actually using 3 different snap rings to hold this pressure plate in place. there's a little bit of wear on that clutch. Just a little bit of hot spots to it, but overall, this thing's in really nice shape. I don't see any major red flags or anything like that. I think the only thing we've got left to tear apart is one last clutch. I think we're gonna have to get this guy in the press and see if we can get it pressed apart. Well, I expected to find more. Glad we didn't. So just wanted to give you guys an idea of what the inside of a 10R80 automatic transmission looks like out of a 2019 Mustang. As always, thank you guys for taking your time to watch our videos. We'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notifications.